Is it possible for a man to ejaculate with no sperm? What do you think? Before we proceed into the video proper, drop your answer in the comments section. Good day everyone and welcome back to Nurses Lecture Room YouTube channel. My name is Miss Mary, popularly known as a nurse with the difference, and I make learning easy and accessible for all my viewers. I got a message from one of my viewers in regards to ejaculation with no sperm. The first question I'm going to be answering in this video is it possible for a man to ejaculate with no sperm? If yes, is it rare? Is it common? If it is rare, it is common. What causes this ejaculating with no sperm? How is it prevented? What are the types? How is it treated? These are the questions we are going to be answering in this video. But before we go into details into this class, if you are new on our YouTube channel, please click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out. For all my wonderful subscribers, this is Nurse Miss Mary saying thank you. Let's go there. Alright, welcome back. Like I earlier said, today I'm going to be discussing ejaculation with no sperm. Ejaculating and there is no sperm. Does it exist? The answer is yes. A man can ejaculate and there is no sperm in it. A man can release, as it is popularly called, and there is no sperm in it. The medical term or the medical terminology for this is azoospermia. Azoospermia. Azoospermia is a condition in which a man does not have a measurable amount of sperm in his ejaculate. There is no measurable amount of sperm in what a man is releasing. When I got this question, I decided to do more research, and I was going through a website like my.clevelandclinic.org. Yeah, my.clevelandclinic.org. It says that about 1% of men and 10 to 15% of infertile men have azoospermia. So you can see azoospermia exists. Azoospermia what exists, and azoospermia can lead to infertility, because when there is no sperm, there will be no fertilization and a baby will not be formed. One thing you should know from the first section of this video is that azoospermia exists, and it is a condition in which there is no measurable amount of sperm in a man's ejaculate. Then that takes us to the second heading, which is the type of azoospermia. There are basically, there are two types of azoospermia. We have the obstructive and the non-obstructive azoospermia. The obstructive and the non-obstructive azoospermia. First of all, let's talk about the obstructive azoospermia. The obstructive azoospermia is a type of azoospermia in which there's an obstruction in the reproductive organ of a man. It could be in the epididymis, it could be in the vas deferens. Let me explain it in a layman's language. Forget those big English. As the name implies, obstructive azoospermia. Something is obstructing the sperm. Not that this particular man's body is not producing the sperm. This particular man's body is producing the sperm, but something is blocking it. Obstruction. Something is obstructing the sperm. There could be blockage, there could be obstruction in a particular section of this man's reproductive organ, that despite producing this healthy sperm, it is not getting to the outside world. It is not getting into this woman because there's a blockage in that reproductive organ, such as the epididymis, the vas deferens, like I earlier said. That's obstructive. Then the other is non-obstructive azoospermia. Non-obstructive azoospermia, as the name implies, there's not obstruction. Now the first one, there was obstruction, but this one is not obstruction that's causing it. It's not blockage that is causing it. What is causing it is that there's a problem with the testicles. The testicles are not producing enough sperm. The organ that is supposed to be producing this sperm is not producing this sperm, so empty things comes out because the organ is not doing its job. So now there are two types of azoospermia. But what causes this azoospermia? What causes these various types of azoospermia? The first is what? The first is obstructive. Let's talk about the obstructive causes of azoospermia. The first one is trauma or injury. So when there's trauma or injury to that part of the male reproductive system, it can result in azoospermia. Infection is not left out. Infection of these reproductive organs can cause what? Azoospermia. Inflammation is not also left out. Inflammation is swelling, can result in what? Can result in azoospermia. Then previous surgery. If you have had previous surgery in the pelvic areas, that can result in azoospermia. Then the last one I have here is vasectomy. Vasectomy can result in azoospermia, can cause obstruction of the male reproductive system in such a way that the sperm does not get to its destination. Now, let's talk about the non-obstructive causes. The first is genetics. Yes, we all know genetics has a role to play when it comes to the human formation. So genetics can be a cause of what? Azoospermia. Then the second I have to share with you is hormonal imbalance. Yes, hormones. See, as small as the name hormones has a great role to play when it comes to a man and a woman. So when there's an hormonal imbalance in the man, that can result in what? Azoospermia. Then another I have to share with you is ejaculation problem. Ejaculation problems such as retrograde ejaculation can result in azoospermia. Then another I have to share with you is testicular problem. Testicular problems such as child in which the testes are not there. Yes, it's possible for the testes not to be there. And also cryptorchidism in which the testes did not descend. So these problems can result in what? Can result in azoospermia. Then that takes us to how azoospermia is being diagnosed. How does a man even know he has azoospermia? Most times, most men don't know that they have azoospermia. See, when they are having fertility issues after marriage, they are trying to give birth, but yet there is no baby. So they decide, oh, let me go for sperm analysis. So with this sperm analysis takes place, and they're like, oh, there's no sperm in the ejaculate. So on 2 occasions, you've done this sperm analysis, and it shows that there is no sperm in your ejaculate. That is how it is being diagnosed. It is being diagnosed during the test in the laboratory. That is how azoospermia is being diagnosed. Now that takes us to the other heading, which is the treatment of azoospermia. How is azoospermia treated? I'm going to tell you. The fact is, for you to treat something, especially azoospermia now, you have to know what causes it. So the treatment of azoospermia depends on the actual cause. What is causing it? So if it is a blockage, if it is an obstruction, what do? Definitely, we have to clear that blockage. We have to clear that obstruction. Then the second one, if it's as a result of hormonal imbalance, what do? We have to think of a way to balance the hormones by giving the HCG and the necessary hormones needed for it. If it is as a result of varicella, what do? We have to tackle that affected vein. So it is advisable you see your doctor. Like I will always tell people in most of my videos, it is advisable you see a doctor and they tell you there is nothing wrong, than for you to assume that nothing is wrong, but something is wrong. So when you see your doctor, they know the cause and they will tell you the next line of action. Then the last headings on this video is, how do I prevent azoospermia? The first is, avoid activities that are likely going to affect your male reproductive organs. Avoid activities that are likely going to affect your male reproductive organs. Then the second is, avoid radiation. Avoid radiation. Then the third I have to share with you is, avoid high temperature exposure. Especially those guys that put their laptop on their lap. And also those men that drive big trucks. Those heats, those high temperatures are likely going to damage that scrotum are likely going to affect your sperm production. Do you know that? Now you know. Then also some kind of medications you take may likely cause azoospermia. So it's advisable when you are taking medications as a man, it's advisable you know the side effects of these medications. You don't just go about getting medications, you don't just go about getting concussions. No, there are side effects of medications that you take. I hope this video is educative and I hope you enjoyed this video. Now you'll be able to tell me the various types of azoospermia. Now you'll be able to know how to prevent azoospermia. Now you'll be able to know 1 or 2 things about azoospermia. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Thank you very much for watching my video, our video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to share with a friend if you got value. For all my returning subscribers, this is Nurse Mary saying thank you. Bye and see you in our next video.